Hi everyone, this is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog, and it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm on here to show you what I sold the entire week on eBay and Poshmark. It's not very much. I have sold one more thing, but it'll go on next week's. So I'll have a ship with me tomorrow morning. So I'm hoping somebody will join me here. I was just out remember I told you I got a really inexpensive little desk chair for my painting table out in the other room. And it came today instead of tomorrow. Hi, Jane. The little chair came today instead of tomorrow. And it was so easy to put together. I mean, it was nothing to put together. However, little desk chairs, they have that lever on the side where if you squeeze it, the seat goes up, and then if you sit on it and squeeze it again, the seat goes down. Well, it isn't working. I can't get it to go up, and it's too short the way it is. It needs to be, to go up. I don't know what's wrong. It doesn't give you any extra explanation for anything you have to do with it. You just fit it together and it's supposed to work. So I'm certainly hoping I can get it to work, because I don't want to have to send anything back to Amazon. It's a pain in the neck. And I wanted that chair today, or at least tomorrow. So that's a disappointment if I can't get that part to work, because that's like one of the most important parts of the chair. Hi. Rosie's here. Bumblebee, you made it. I'm glad you're here. Yes. I have only sold 4 items on eBay and 1 item on Poshmark this whole entire week. However, I did sell one thing today, which will go on next week's, because I've already put this together with the totals and everything. So it'll go on next week's, but I'll have a ship with me to do tomorrow morning. Riri's here too. Hi. Okay. All right. How did Bumblebee? You took over the number 1? No. Yeah. I guess if you comment, you get the number 1. I don't understand that little crown thing at all. See, Riri said something, and she got number 2, but Bumblebee said more than one thing. I don't know how it works. It doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Let me get my water. It seems every time I come on here, I'm hoarse. It's because I don't talk all day. There's nobody here to talk to. Vicky. Hi. Vicky Sue. Have you been here before, Vicky? Let me look on my list here if I have you. Vicky. Let's see. I don't have a Vicky on my list. Oh, okay. Okay, you're Mirovic that was here before. You didn't tell me where you were from though, I don't think. So Vicky Sue, what state are you from? Florida. Okay. Yeah. We used to have a property on Anna Maria Island in Florida. And I know a couple people down in Florida other than on the island. Well, I know people on Siesta Key and Tampa. Yeah, right around that area. We used to go down there twice a year. Yes, a ship with me tomorrow. Uh, Anna Maria has beautiful beaches. But when we used to be down there, sorry, it was before it got so awful crowded. Um, yeah. In fact, my husband's parents were one of the first houses that were built on Anna Maria Island. So a long time ago, when the beaches were pristine. Now it's all built up. There's not an inch left. But the beaches are beautiful. And our property was right across the street from the beaches. And it was just a couple blocks from Beam Point, from the point. Yeah, ship with me on any morning. Well, I record them in the morning and they get on whenever I can get them on. Usually it's, early afternoon. So far I only have one thing tomorrow. But that's how it's been. It's been so slow as far as reselling. Yeah. So I will give you a hint. I sold a pair of jeans that I've had for a long time. In fact, on these sales, I think there's a couple things I've sold that I've had a long time. So that's always good. Makes it hard to pick the things that you're going to get rid of in your inventory. Right, Bumblebee? uh, Also, Bumblebee, I was looking at the numbers on my bins. I don't know how in the earth I was thinking when I numbered the men's bins. You know, the men's clothes, they start with a W and then the women start with a W, the men start with an M, and then they go A, B, C, D, each bin. The men's only had an MA. There was no MB, MC, MD. I have no idea what I was thinking. And it doesn't catch up till like MS or something. It's just crazy. I have no idea how I did that. Uh, Hi, Cindy. You saw Anna Maria Island t-shirt at the thrift store. I've seen some of those. In fact, a couple times I bought them because my son was just in love with Anna Maria Island. Because my husband and him fished all the time. We had a boat down there. Yeah, we did a lot of fishing in the Gulf, the Gulf of Mexico. And yeah, a lot of fishing. And we fished on the pier, Rod and Reel Pier. We very seldom fished on the city pier. We fished on it's more local, the Rod and Reel Pier. And that was taken out in the last hurricane. They say they're going to rebuild, but so far they haven't rebuilt. My son is devastated. Hmm. Maybe you sold through that many. No, I haven't gotten rid of any bins. The bins are the same bins I've always had. I have no idea what happened to those bins. I never made them. I never made those numbers. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. But some of my whole life is a mystery to me now, as since I'm in my 80s. Uh, yeah, so let me share my screen and I will show you what I did sell on eBay first and then Poshmark. Sold, I said, 4 things on eBay, 1 on Poshmark. Okay, here's the little graph that shows you that big spike is last Sunday when I made all the sales on eBay. And then this little spike, this little bit was the next day I sold something. Yeah, not good. So the first thing here is something I've had for a while, not real long. It's a Banana Republic pencil skirt, straight skirt, heavy knit lace, or heavy knit knee length with a self belt, and it's a size 8. It's black with sort of cream color floral design. That's sold for a $12 best offer, and that's sold on the 4th. Most all of these sold on the 4th. Next thing is something I think I don't remember buying this. I got this a long, long time ago because this background is white. That's how I can tell. It's sort of a gingham black and white check and has embroidery, like tropical embroidery on the front. It's a women's 3/4 sleeves and it's a petite medium. And that's sold for a $17 best offer. And that also sold on the 4th. And the next thing is Talbot's. And that's sold on the 4th also. And that sold for $15. It's a 1X quarter zip high neck, and it has quilting across the shoulders here. It was a navy blue or a dark blue. Doesn't look real navy. Sold for $15 best offer on eBay. And then the last thing on eBay I sold was this. I think I did a ship with me about this. Philosophy open cardigan knit top, and it had sort of a waterfall front. Had pockets, and this sold for a $15 best offer. And that sold 2 days ago on the 9th. So that's what I sold, all I sold on eBay. So here's what I sold on Poshmark. This sold a long time ago because I put it on a long time ago. It's been on forever. It's a Citizens of Humanity little booty shorts, denim, um, you know, distressed, ragged bottom there. It was a little size 24, and that sold for a $14 best offer. And that sold on the, it says here the 5th. I guess it did. It sold on the 5th, which was, I think that was a Monday. And that is what I sold. So let me show you the numbers here, which is kind of scary. This is just eBay now. This is from the 4th to the 10th. Total sales on eBay, 4 sales, $95.44. They charged me selling costs of $42.43. So I made a net amount of $45.12. And the average sale price of the items was $23.86. And that's for eBay. So let me come back here. Okay, on Poshmark, that was that one sale. So obviously it was $14 and the net amount was $11.05. So let me get my little card out here. So together, the two platforms, I netted $56.17 total all week. Pretty sad. Oh, the gingham top was from you. Okay, that's why I don't remember getting it. I was thinking it came in a box, but I didn't know from who. Because it could have been in one of those, what were those boxes I was buying? Was it Thrive? Thread Up. Okay, that was from you, one of your boxes. Hi, Janet. Yes, so I have been trying to go through the drawers of the desk, Bumblebee. I don't know if you watched when I was on the other day. I said the first drawer I ran into a bunch of diaries, so I didn't get any further than that. But today I got through a couple drawers. It was all office stuff. Some of the stuff I put in a donate box, and other things I just threw away. I had a pack of rubber bands that from the heat, it was like one solid piece of rubber. That's how long they've been in there. Mm-hmm. You did, okay. So, yeah. So, in fact, I texted my daughter if she could. I know Samantha will help me declutter. It's going to be slow going, but it's just overwhelming, the amount of stuff in this house. Right now, I'll just work on the desk. But I texted my daughter to if she could just give me a day a month to come out here like all day. But it doesn't sound like she's going to, at least not for a while. So that's disappointing. I'm going to talk to my son. Although I don't know if my son is more apt to collect things or to just chuck things into the garbage. Either way, if it's out of here, it's good. Does anybody have any ideas if the little lever on the side of that chair doesn't work? Like, see how this one works? I have it turned wrong, but if you push it up, the chair goes up. And if you push it and sit down, it goes down. So, now I don't want to go that far down. You have to get yourself out of the chair, which is the hard part, to lift it up. Maybe if I have my hand on the right side. Okay. But I don't think the lever's working on the new chair. Now I don't know what to do. I can't, it's no use without that piece. It's just a little, it's called a gas lifter or something like that. It's maybe there's no gas in it. I don't understand them, but it's not working. The lever is just sort of loose like this. Bumblebee, ask Mr. Bumblebee if he knows anything about those lifters on the chairs. There is a phone number. I'll try for this little company. Yeah, I've only taken one thing back to Amazon, and I did take it to Kohl's. You're right. I hope they still do it. I'll have to call them and see. That was quite a while. That was 2 or 3 years ago I did that. Janet says, brings back memories. Rod and Reel restaurant was so good. Oh, yes. All-time favorite land. Yeah, yeah. Well, it was certainly my husband's and my son's favorite place to be. We used to go over there in the mornings and fish. I have movies of us fishing on the Rod and Reel Pier. And the people that lived on the island, you'd hear, if the fish were biting, you'd hear about it. You'd hear that the fish were biting, and that meant on the pier. So we went over one morning, a bunch of people were there, but it was mackerel, and we don't eat mackerel, but some people do, I guess. But they were biting like crazy. It's fun. Probably why it was so inexpensive, right? You're just taking a chance whether that part will work or not. Wouldn't it be easier if they just sent me that part? It's only like this big and this big around. Oh, you're taking 2 to, okay, so Kohl's must still be doing it. Well, that's good. What's nice about that is you just can put it in the box. You don't have to be too careful about it. Just so everything's in there. And just take it up there, and they repackage it up, I think. because I think the one thing I took back was a big bulletin board. It was a bulletin board that I got to do my puzzles on, and I didn't get it big enough. So I wanted to get the next size. So I took this one back and got the bigger size. And that's what I do all my puzzles on, so I can move it, you know. Hmm. Well, I'm sure I have to get a return slip first from Amazon. We have snow again. Overnight, that snow snuck in, and we have like 2 inches of snow. It surprised me this morning. It's all over everything, and it's pretty. But yeah, we were completely snowless, and now we have snow again. Seems like they always have office chairs at the thrift stores, or maybe just roll the chair you're sitting. I tried this one. I rolled it out there. This one is super heavy. It's old. It just wasn't good. I wanted something that barely you noticed, you know, just a real light, you know, little mesh one. And this was perfect. This is perfect. It looks really nice out there. It would be perfect if it worked. It's a nice, real thick cushion seat that you can take off. It's a removable cushion, can take off and wash. It's a neat little chair. I'm telling you, I put it together in like 7 minutes. Except it doesn't work. I thought I missed something, but I didn't. Well, this Wednesday when Samantha comes, we have to go to the grocery store. My grocery list is getting longer and longer. So even though the first week, this will be the middle of the week shop. The first week, I only spent $58 on groceries, which was really good. So this is going to be a lot more because I have a big list. No, he got this chair over here, the big chair. He got that chair. Yeah. That chair is too big for me. It's too deep. It's not comfortable. I'd never tell him that, but yeah, it's made for a bigger person. And I'm not particularly fond of the big high back when I do these videos. I'd rather have the short back. It's my fault. I picked it up from Costco and he just picked it up. It wasn't his fault. Any desk chair at Staples, I'll tell you, is $100 and some at least. Because that's where I think that's where this one came from. They're very expensive for their desk chairs. I never looked at Walmart or Target, but I would really like this chair to work that I bought. They probably, like, whatever company is selling this on Amazon or person selling these desk chairs, they probably come from China, I'm sure. And you can't just buy a part for it, I'm sure. You have to buy the whole chair. So I'm sure I can't just ask for the part. I probably have to just exchange the whole chair. But I got 3 out of 3 drawers cleaned on the right side of the desk, Bumblebee, except the one drawer is full of GoPro stuff. I can't just, I have my GoPro camera. If I give that to somebody or sell it to somebody, I would sell them all the equipment with it. So I don't want to get, just give that away. Desk chairs are expensive, yes. Yeah, you got yours at a local university for $10. I know, if you can see, I don't go anywhere. I would never go to a sale. I don't go out of the house. That's why Amazon, I buy lots of things online. Well, next time I take a load of things up to Volunteers of America, if it's a nice day, maybe I'll run in there and Goodwill and see if they have something. But by then, I'm hoping I have a chair. This is so disappointing. I was so happy that it came today. I like doing the videos out there because I can either have my camera on that, that swing arm thing, just doing a regular video. It's great lighting. Or I can have it facing down on the table and show you things like that. So, yeah, yes, I could use this laptop and do videos just like this. However, when you disconnect this, it also screws up my label maker. So I have to do a whole lot of things to get it back online with my computer. And I don't like to do that because someday I'm afeared that it's just not going to reconnect. And then I might as well just quit everything. Because I am not going to the post office every day. Or even every few days. At the in church today that I listened to online from Tennessee, from Virginia, Leesburg, Virginia, It's Cornerstone Chapel. And we're starting in the book of Philippians. And we went through that, and he's a great teacher. And at the end, he told a story about, I'll never remember the year of the Olympics, but it was a 400 meter. I wish I would have brought the card out here, because then I could have told you his name. Maybe I should save the story, because I need to tell you all that together. So scratch that for now. I'll tell you in my some other video that I do live. I don't use my GoPro because it's so hard to, there's such a lot to it to connect it to this. Once I do the video, then to get the video onto this laptop, it's a nightmare. A couple times I got it onto this computer, and then it wouldn't go onto YouTube. It was just a nightmare. So that's why I stopped using it. It was a better camera than my old phone, but now that I have a new phone, this camera on this phone and the microphone is much better, because I had an older iPhone before. So I just like to do everything on one thing. And another thing about the GoPro, it's hard to see. When you don't see very well, everything's smaller, especially the little screen that you're doing, you're figuring out how all the settings will go. I can hardly see that. So I need something bigger. At least my iPhone is bigger. I can see it. I can make the print bigger too. You can't do that on the GoPro. So my GoPro is it a 1080? I'll have to look at that too. Maybe somebody will buy it for me. I have so much equipment for it. Well, that is what I sold. I want to thank you all for coming and listening to my videos. I have my box started in the other room for taxes. I just put a cardboard box in there. And when things start coming, I just throw it in the box until closer, like to March or so, when I have to put everything together. I hate this time of year when I have to worry about doing that. Because this year, because I don't have a print out computer, I don't have a printer except for my label maker. I can't print big sheets of things out. So I used to print things out for my guy that does my taxes, because he's down in Florida. It's not like I go to his office. And let me get it. paper clip here. And I have to just make my own handwritten thing I send them with all the paper, paperwork, because it's easier if I could just print out what. Well, I don't think I'm going to get any 1099 forms because I haven't sold enough. And thank goodness they kept eBay kept it at 20,000. You have to sell 20,000 or over 200 sales. So I don't think I know I didn't make 20,000, but yeah, so I don't think I'll be getting the 1099. So I won't have anything coming from them. But I just have to go back and each month have it print out on the computer and then write it down. It's the only way I can do it. Yeah. Yeah, the only way you can do it too is on your phone. I know. You get used to something and then you don't want to change it. If it's working, don't mess it up. Well, I hope this hasn't been too painful to listen to my froggy voice, because I never remember to really clear my throat out good before I come on here, and it sounds raspy. And I know that's irritating to listen to. So I have to remember to do that. The only way I can do it is just hang my head over and really do a couple good coughs. But I'm going to go out there and try to examine if there's something else I am missing about that chair. But I don't think there is. I'll let you know. But tomorrow I will be doing a ship with me video. So look for that. It's a recorded video sometime tomorrow. And thank you for joining me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.